welcome to Whyte Label Advice. My name is Brooke McNeely. I'm your VP of Marketing here at Whyte Spider. And today we are joined by our good friend Scott Benedict, our VP of Partnerships. And Corey, welcome back. And welcome back to Northeast Arkansas. He is our VP of Product Strategy.
Thank you.
So thank you guys for being here.
Yeah,
thank you.
Of course.
I appreciate the applause. Thank you.
It's always
very nice.
The live studio audience is very excited. But yes, we wanted to talk to Corey today. We want to talk to both of you about DSP advertising. So Corey, what is DSP advertising?
Well, first question, Scott and Brooke, do you guys know what DSP stands for?
I do.
I did. I wrote it down before we came.
Okay. I don't have to read your book, even though it's right across from me. I know that it stands for Demand Side Platform.
There you go. Yeah.
Okay. So the name says it for itself. Demand is the advertiser. So you have brands that are trying to target customers at the right place, at the right time, with the right ad. And in digital advertising, they've been able to do a lot of that through this larger industry called programmatic. And the great thing about what we're going to cover today is the Walmart DSP. And so we can dive into that later, but generally a DSP is connecting advertisers to spaces where a customer is showing up online, serving ads programmatically.
All right, there you go. And that was my next question. How does this apply to Walmart? So why does Walmart care about DSP advertising?
So it goes back to what Amazon has done very successfully when it comes to DSP advertising. DSP is different from on-site advertising. What you're primarily doing through a DSP is you're advertising off of Walmart.com. You're advertising off of Amazon. So looking at Amazon's DSP, that has been a huge revenue generator for Amazon and has been a huge success for advertisers to target their customers with the correct data points that only Amazon would have. So what Walmart is doing is they're leveraging their first-party data to create audience segments and tell advertisers, hey, you spend money in the World Wide Web on all of these websites through Google ad platforms, and you don't really know if you're targeting the right customer. We can come in as Walmart and not just tell you this is the right customer that bought these household cleaning products in the last 6 months, but that they bought it at a Walmart store. And so it's bridging this really interesting gap that advertisers have struggled to bridge is how do we track an online sale or an online ad to customers that are either converting online or even converting in a Walmart store. And so Walmart DSP enables advertisers to advertise across that entire funnel strategy when it comes to marketing. And they're able to really see results pretty quickly on how effective that ad strategy is.
That's really cool. And Scott, why is this a big deal that Walmart's even doing this?
Well, a couple things. One, brands are looking for more ways to spend a marketing dollar more effectively. And as Corey mentioned, Amazon has historically provided them a lot of tools. Walmart, with a combination of all of their digital technology options and physical stores, now provides a whole other layer of ways of engaging a client and driving that engagement into a sale. And so it's really about Walmart offering brands ways to very intelligently spend a marketing dollar, target to a consumer, and catch a consumer at some point in the conversion funnel where they're ready to purchase. And so it's really, really valuable, and it's a necessary service as a complement or as in opposition to Amazon, where the brand wants to have more choices about how they spend their marketing dollars and target a consumer very, very effectively.
And Walmart didn't used to release this information. Like is this new for Walmart to do this?
It is, and it's really the marketplace is so dynamic and so changing. Is part of what makes our roles and what we do at Whyte Spider so exciting. Is technology is enabling a lot of different ways to very intelligently spend a marketing dollar and be able to not only drive towards the sale, but be able to track that journey and measure the effectiveness of that dollar spend. And that's kind of an exciting time, particularly for marketers who are really focused on driving quality traffic to make a purchase and being able to understand and measure how those dollars paid back in an ROI.
And I want to stress how exciting this is, because it's not just display ads on Wall Street Journal. It is not just a pre-roll ad before watching a video on a website. What this enables advertisers to do is that they can say, hey, I want to target customers who have bought household cleaners in the last 3 months, and I want to target them on connected TV. I want to target them on audio ads. And then I'm going to hit them with a display ad. And then we're going to do a few other targeting tricks now that we have access to this first-party audience data from Walmart. And then we're going to see if they go into a Walmart store and they look at the end cap that we know we're launching in this zip code or in this region, and they're going to buy the product. And so that ability to track awareness, consideration, and purchase is really, it's actually possible with the Walmart DSP.
You can actually track your ROI for advertising. Yeah. That is amazing. So how does it work? How does it work on Walmart?
So with Walmart, they are doing a really great job in telling advertisers, don't necessarily shift your budget from Walmart on-site to DSP. Instead, you should be finding that budget elsewhere, and look at it as an opportunity to use your marketing dollars more effectively with Walmart's DSP. So we're going to try a visual. Is this a first?
This is going to be a first.
Okay.
I like it.
We're going to give this a shot. I don't know if this will work, but
This is going to be great.
So here you've got the Walmart, Walmart.com. All right, so you got Walmart.com, and this is just on-site advertising. So then you've also got the Walmart DSP. So if you look at what I'll just call real estate on Walmart.com of what you can advertise on, you have in-grid search, you have SBAs. They're now allowing you to do display on Walmart.com, so you can have like homepage takeovers and bid for all of that. And so that's really the limit at which you can be serving on. So, let's just say we've got 4 opportunities on Walmart.com to show up. Now, with the Walmart DSP, like I said earlier, this is part of the programmatic industry. And what happens here is that it's not just Google that owns the demand and the supply. What Walmart has done is that they've partnered with the Trade Desk. And so the Trade Desk is one of the largest DSPs in the world. And what they're able to do is give Walmart the tools necessary to access the proper supply. And so in this world of programmatic, you have the DSP, and then you have the SSP. Now, what does SSP mean?
Is that the supply side?
Yes, supply side platform. So there are a lot of companies out there that do supply side, and what they're doing, the name says it for itself, is they're connecting all of these websites. They are aggregating websites. They are curating groupings of websites, and they can go to the Trade Desk. They can even go directly to the advertiser and say, hey, I've created this curated list of publishers for your audience. And instead of it just being a straight purchase of, all right, I'm going to take over the homepage for every single visitor for the next 7 days. Instead, as an advertiser with Walmart.com user, like first party data, creating these audiences, it's all anonymized. It's not like it's all within the privacy agreements on Walmart.com.
You don't know their name.
Yeah, exactly.
You just say shopper 1 likes this.
Even more anonymized. It's just like you're going to target shoppers that are in this audience. But what they're able to do is they connect the first party data to the Walmart DSP, And then the advertiser is sending money through the DSP, and the SSP is getting those signals saying, okay, they're going to serve on these 20 websites because I curated it, but they're only serving to, say, 10% of the traffic because that 10% of the traffic matches with what this first-party data is saying is the most valuable. And so what you end up doing is your marketing dollar becomes more efficient, but you're also willing to spend more on that customer because it's a higher chance that they're actually going to convert and buy the product, whether that's in a Walmart store or on Walmart.com. And so it can kind of come from two different ways. It can be a net new customer that you're just targeting a general audience, but you can also do retargeting through the Walmart DSP. So there are a lot of ways people are experimenting with it nowadays, and it's a bit of an open-ended solution, but for good reason because everyone's still trying to figure out how to best leverage this first-party data.
That's exciting.
It is. And one of the things that's cool about what Corey just described is historically marketers would have to blast a message to a broad audience to hope that within that broad audience, the people we're looking for who are relevant to whatever brand or product we're selling are out there somewhere.
Yeah.
This is such an exciting development in targeting the right message to the right consumer in the right context in a way that's measurable and trackable, that it represents such an incredible quantum leap forward. And in many cases, to Corey's point, instead of spending less, you're actually able to reinvest and drive more activity within your marketing budget than you could before this kind of a technology existed. That's just real exciting for marketers out there, particularly when they're either trying to drive a brand message, promote a new product that the audience data says they might be interested in. If it's a consumable product, bring them back to buy, make that next purchase of an item. It enables so many really cool things, Brooke. It's just really, really exciting. So
that is super cool. How does this DSP component, how does it complement the in-grid advertising? So how does it all work together?
Yeah, so one piece is the retargeting. So being able to know that someone searched for this, someone plugged in this keyword on Walmart.com. They might have clicked on your item organically or through paid, so in grid, and then you want to retarget them out through the DSP. The other component is that Walmart is always aware of search volume and search trends that are occurring on Walmart.com. And as an advertiser, you'll be able to find those customers not just on the search grid, because that will become increasingly competitive. You'll be able to target those people off of Walmart.com as well. So there's just a lot of ways they can complement each other. And like I said, everyone is still trying to figure it out. But I think what's really cool about Essential is we are one of those trusted partners with Walmart Connect. And we're helping forge a path that everyone else can adopt as best practice.
I'm so excited. So yeah, we're kind of like the forefather. We're trying to figure it out as we go along. And so I'm going to talk about that later. But I did want to talk about just kind of like, why is it important to invest in both? Why is it important to invest in both, like the in-grid and the DSP?
Yeah, so I forget what the metric is, but in advertising, they say you have to expose a customer to your ads or to your brand generally X number of times before they even consider buying the product. So whether that's through influencer marketing or display advertising or CTV or in-grid advertising, that combination is still being formulated as what's the best combination of it all. And so it's really important that dollars are being put towards these DSPs, whether it's Walmart's or Amazon's or Kroger's. Like every retailer is coming out with their own DSP nowadays. You need to put money towards it to figure out what's that right balance between on-site and off-site advertising.
That's really exciting. And what is the potential impact? So what is the potential impact of just, all of this new advertising that Walmart's opened up?
It just makes your marketing dollars run more efficiently. You, as a marketer, you are being given more data than anyone has ever had before. And knowing how to slice and dice that is going to be the separator between you and your competitors. So it's access to data that I think is going to be the huge difference. And Walmart really is trying to make that available to advertisers so that they can spend more money on their DSP versus all the other DSPs.
Mm-hmm. Is that why you think that's why Walmart's doing this? They're trying to bring people. They're like, no, come to Walmart. We have so much more information, So
Yeah.
It is. And one of the interesting things is Walmart has taught us about how, a digital interaction, yes, it could result in a digital purchase, a ship to home order, but it could also result in an in-store purchase. And I think that's one of the big differentiators between Walmart and Amazon is how that customer journey starts and ends has so many different permutations. But if your message is not there where the customer is looking, you're not part of the consideration set. And particularly as consumer preferences and ways of shopping are evolving, if you're not present in a lot of these different use cases, the different ways that consumers shop, we're going to recommend prayer for you because I don't know how else you're going to solve that. So yes, it's a powerful tool, but it's also you want to play, you want to be there where the consumer is, or you're missing an opportunity.
Okay, Corey. So how can brands get started, and who can play? So this opportunity at Walmart isn't open for everybody. Who can play, and how can they get started?
So if you, as a brand, if you have not been approached by Walmart Connect, I would probably suggest reach out to your merchant, reach out to the seller center team if you're a marketplace seller, and just ask them, hey, am I eligible? How do we kick off this process? And really just understand what you need to do as a brand to be eligible for Walmart DSP. Now, if you've already been approached by Walmart Connect and you've done some of the initial steps of getting set up, you need to make sure that there's someone on your team who really understands the trade desk. I actually tried using the trade desk a couple of years ago at my last company, and I could not believe how much of a learning curve there was. You really do have to be a practitioner on the trade desk, not just a practitioner in DSP knowledge, but specifically the trade desk. It is an extremely powerful tool, but you need to know how to craft campaigns on there properly. So if you don't have someone who's experienced with the trade desk, then I would encourage you to reach out to Essential or reach out to Whyte Spider. And we are in the midst of having this amazing team onboarding all of these brands, and we're helping them grow the Walmart DSP for them. And what's really cool is when you find an agency that's doing both on-site and off-site advertising, our goal is to drive sales. Our goal is to get more people to purchase your product, whether that's on Walmart.com or in a Walmart store. And so we have this full funnel mentality, whereas other agencies that may not be as e-com and Walmart.com focused, they just wouldn't have that level of focus. So I think it's really exciting to work with companies like Essential who are invested in Walmart DSP and help you accelerate that investment yourself as an advertiser.
All right, that's awesome. Scott, do you have anything to add? I think that was perfect.
It is. I'll still say this, that one of the things we always teach clients is the foundation of success with some of these exciting new technologies is the quality of your content and content optimization and the quality of your organic search performance. Those are foundational elements that then make a dollar spent here that much more effective. So don't forget about that. Mm-hmm. Those are building blocks of a end-to-end strategy of success. But this is now another building block that gives marketers just so many different tools and exciting ways to reach a qualified consumer at the right moment in a way that turns into sales. It's so exciting to see.
Yeah, I would agree with that. And something I want to reiterate, if your content health is not 90% plus, Walmart DSP should be a secondary objective for you. So as you start looking at 2023, you figure out, all right, what's our marketing budget? What's our investment in content optimization? Or are we going to take new imagery in 2023? You need to make sure that content is really buttoned up, because you do all this work of driving really well-targeted ads to the right customers at the right time to just land on a product page that's either out of stock, it's not transactable in that location, in that zip code, or the imagery is all out of date. You're wasting your time. So focus on the content, and then DSP can follow.
There you go. All right. Advice from the experts. All right. Thank you guys so much. This was awesome.
Thank you.